Hey everybody, how you doing? Took a couple days off. Don't worry. Sorry I left you hanging, but I do have plenty of videos and stories to tell coming. Um, just sometimes, you got to step back a little bit. And good news is there's a couple things. OAS is having a picnic on Saturday, so anybody in the area that would like to go during an event, tomorrow, Saturday will be your opportunity. Another thing is that Operation American Spring has started up Call the Colonel program, and this is something that we're going to speak to one of the OAS leaders about to get all the details and information for you in the upcoming days. But it's a program where you at home who has been wanting to do something, wanting to be a part of it, we've got the task for you. And like I said, the program's called Call the Colonel, and this is where we're going to begin holding all 530 some of our representatives accountable. Uh, they basically need to say yes or no to if they support the Constitution. So that program is going to run through July 4th. They have until July 4th to respond. So I'm going to try to get that info out to you literally in the next day or two at the latest. It's the only thing is that I want somebody who has the program details in front of them giving the information about it because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. So we'll have that interview coming up probably and hopefully with Joe Bennett of Pennsylvania, and if not, then with Roberto Tenizo. And beyond that, there are other OAS things scheduled throughout the summer. But in the meantime, stepping back away from the situation a little bit and just quietly watching. And there's some crazy people out there, y'all. There's things I probably will not share with you just simply because I'm not really into bashing people. But if you are actually keeping track of OAS through several sources, not just through my channel, you might see some really crazy stuff. And I just watch in amazement, and I can't even believe or comprehend some of the stuff that I see. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, then, what I'm saying is pointless. So, some of it I'll enlighten you to, and just try to not be overly, I don't even know the terminology. I don't want to take somebody who is just an idiot and make them look like an idiot. But whenever you become vengeful and hateful and you have insanity pushing it and guiding you, it's an explosive situation. So I've just been kind of watching and watching all the players in the game, so to say. And I think I've about got it figured out who's who and what's what. But aside from that, my gosh, you've got the world falling apart. You have the Bergdahl thing that happened last week, the trade for the five terrorists. You have a Marine who wound up down in Mexico accidentally, and I've had some people tell me that they don't believe that it was accidental, and some people do. You know what? I've been around border towns, and I know how some of those roads work. And yeah, you wind up heading into Mexico, and only thing you can do is wait your turn to get up there and say, "Hey, I meant to turn right when I turned left." So anyway, regardless, smuggling guns. Now, 3 guns registered in your own name. You're not going to take those into the country and try to smuggle them because they're registered in the guy's name. It's just ridiculous. And there he sits, and we will do nothing to get him out, much less the Mexican government having the fucking audacity to imprison this man while the borders are just being flooded right now with illegal immigrants. We have Border Patrol people saying we can't monitor the border right now because we're so busy transporting so many of this influx of immigrants to other locations up and go set them up with a place to sleep and give them a nice meal and a bottle of water. Don't worry about it. The American middle class taxpayer will take care of you. It's so bad that they've even opened up 3 military bases to start housing these immigrants. This situation's out of control, and Mexico prospers a lot from American tourism. Between Mazatlan, Cancun, um, Puerto Vallarta, Nuevo Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, these places thrive because of American and Canadian money coming down, eating, buying t-shirts, buying pottery, staying in luxurious hotels, and this is just it's an outrage that there are, because this particular Marine is not the only American who has wound up being imprisoned in Mexico, but we're going to let 5 terrorist leaders free in exchange for a traitor while we sit here doing nothing to the Mexican government to encourage them to release a United States government property. He is a Marine, therefore he is United States government property. Nothing. Let him sit and rot. You know, um, Iraq is falling apart. I've got a couple of buddies that have made mention in the last 2 days that have been to Iraq and fought. And they're really all pretty upset about this. And I am too. But, when you're a person who actually physically went to do something and then it just falls apart because of our weak stance in the world right now. It's all just it's all getting so crazy that I can't even figure out which one of these stories to grab a hold of and study up on a little bit more. Um, a lot of you all that know me personally, and a lot of you all that are my real long time subscribers, know that I'm fanatical about genetically modified foods. It's a problem. There's a lady called the Food Babe, B-A-B-E. I saw her on Alex Jones's InfoWars show, and she was talking about the ingredients in beer. And you know what? It's true. You can ask any of my friends. We strive to search out craft beers, um, organic beers. They're hard to find. The organics are. And we pay a lot more money for them. But I can drink a 6-pack of a microbrew and just be ripped having a good time, or you give me a 12-pack of Coronas and I'll make it to the end of that 12-pack and probably still be somewhat standing. Maybe not straight, but I'll be upright. Whereas a 6-pack of some of these other microbrews and stuff, I'd be down on the ground if I tried to put down a 12-pack. There'd be no way. So there's a lot to be said for it. There's a lot to be said for taking water, mixing in a little alcohol, some caramel coloring, and high fructose corn syrup, and calling it beer and selling it to the masses through Anheuser-Busch. I'm really curious about that story. I'm going to check into her findings a little bit. So there's a lot of things obviously going on that are not OAS related. And I know that some of you all who've been subscribed to me for a while are probably like, when is she going to get off this OAS kick? But guys, I really, to me personally, all of this falls under OAS. The reason why OAS was started was because something's really wrong in this country, in the world. And that's one reason why I'm still so passionate about it, and I am. I had been through a period where I was pretty disheartened by some of the behaviors of some of the people, and now I'm getting some comic relief out of it. It's amusing to say the least. So be it. I've noticed, by the way, any of you all that are watching that are in the little OAS Drama Fest, I've seen a couple of you all starting to get real friendly with doing snapshots of messages between yourself and another person and then blasting it out on Facebook. And you know what? There's just some things, people who would have had some reservation on their judgment calls see you do things like that, and that's just, first of all, it's psycho. And second of all, it's an invasion. Um, it's just, it leads a person to not be as likely to defend you when they see you posting private messages, snapshotted, all over the place. So, I don't know, just thought I'd throw it out there. It's not how you behave as an adult in this world. It's like that sixth grade behavior. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to pop you the note and let you know where I've been at and where I'm going and what I'm doing. So everything's cool, and look forward to having some more discussions with you all. I'm also hoping to maybe try to do some Google Hangouts, and I'll be sure to invite you. Have a good night.